Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another week of Reddit League. My name is Atomo, and I'm joined as always by Calamity. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to get into this Division 2 matchup we've got for you all today between MaxFI and Plouky. As we take a look at their stats, Calamity Max didn't have the best start of the season at least, after kind of rocketing up through the lower divisions. Plouky, a newcomer, has been doing quite well for himself in Division 2, but Max is probably on the better streak. 2 perfect games out of 3 weeks lately.
Yeah, and you can sort of understand Max's struggles at the beginning of the season. He's been promoted 2 times in a row, and the time limit does get lower,
Mhm.
and sometimes it can take a bit of adjusting to really find yourself in your new division. But it seems like he's done that very well, and he's been after a very rocky start to the season on the climb and looking towards making his way out of the relegation zone. And Pluki, yeah, has done pretty well so far. Only one loss. I don't remember where that was, but he's not really been having the greatest times in terms of not losing points because you're drawing. Um, and yeah, 5 draws is might even be the most we've ever had. I think Radu might have had 5 draws all the way back in season 1 at one
Mhm.
point. Um, yeah, he did. But apart from that, maybe if we've still got 3 weeks here. Maybe Pluki can set a new record in that at least.
Yeah, definitely. His average score a couple thousand above Max's, but I think coming to this one, they're pretty level. As we take a look at the map we'll be competing on today, it is Romania. We're going to be using the official map because, well, a lot of the other maps are just too urban focused. And so we're going to go with the official one to give us a good balance. Average score of just over 13,000 has been played almost 100,000 times. So Romania, a really interesting country, Calamity. As we've seen in our previous matchup, we can get some nice city locations with good signs, but also there is kind of a mountain range where you just hope to God you don't find yourself.
Yeah, usually the city locations aren't going to decide the seeds. It'll depend on if we find any sort of locations where basically either that are just so out there that you're not going to find anything in 3.5 minutes, or locations where one direction is significantly better than the other to really decide that seed.
And great. Well, let's not keep you all waiting and jump into round number one in Romania. And a nice development sign right off the start.
That's what you want to see when you spawn into a seed.
Yep. As Plouky maximizes the screen for us, which is always much appreciated. There
Yep.
you go.
As always, press F11 to save time. Um, but yeah, the sign does tell them they're in Hushi, and Max already found it. It also tells them that they're in the northeast of the country. Um, but that's a bit more hidden on the sign, I guess. And maybe if you just like, okay, I found the city on it, that's all I need, maybe you would
Mhm.
overlook that.
Yeah, so pretty straightforward one, at least for Max right at the start. Means he's already looking for an ace as he starts to pinpoint. Just barely even a minute into the round. He'll even go back to the start to confirm that sign. Luki, though, still trying to figure out where exactly he might be.
Yeah, Romania isn't like rural Romanian towns most of the time aren't really very nice with telling you street names.
Mhm.
Um, so is this one. Just no street names anywhere. So we'll see if Max can at least find something
Mhm.
that helps him figure out where exactly he is.
There's been a few shops and a gas station or two that we can use as a point of interest.
Yeah, it looks like he's working mostly with road direction.
Yeah, so we
Luke has
are.
found the same sign again, but this time in a bit of a better quality.
And it still doesn't realize, looks like he knows where that might be. A little bit confused. Got a couple cities on there. Max will turn
Max now
off a
turning the
compass.
classic compass off.
Now that we've got two of them on there, causing a bit of confusion for him. So he's just going to focus on one of them instead. Figure out what street this might be. And there we go. An ace for him, only 2 meters away. Not too tricky. You can see those points of interest to his northwest probably helping him out there quite a bit. But Plouky, on the other hand, is still lost with just about a minute to go, Calamity. This is not looking like an easy round for him, at least. Maybe no practice in Romania?
Doesn't necessarily have something to do with that, I don't think. It's a small town. But it looks like there might be some sign here.
There we go, the E581. I'll try to use that.
Just there to his east. There it is.
There we go. It doesn't matter if you find it in 1 minute or in 5 minutes. Well, I guess in 3 minutes in this case, because Division 2 doesn't have 5 minutes. But it matters if you find it by the end of the time limit. And he has, with about 30 seconds left to go. But pinpointing not easy, Calamity. He doesn't leave himself a lot of time for that.
Yeah, certainly. We'll see, but I think he's gonna struggle to find the exact right place in the 15 seconds he's got left.
It's not too far off, but as long as he doesn't move his pin. I think that road will look like it's the best one he's got, and time will just run out. Oh, he moved it. Oh, no. He would have only lost a few points. 4,979. Thanks to that last second adjustment. Yeah, exactly. Just not confident. Unfortunate for him. A bit of a misclick because of that.
Yeah, it didn't change too much. He lost about 10 points, I would say, with that with that click. But I guess we'll see during the next round whether it actually makes a difference or not.
Yeah, I definitely could see things shape up after we only one round. Getting to round number 2 on a highway. There's some of those road signs. Road stones. Well, they are signs technically, I guess, but not the favorite kind.
Are they?
Oh, those are the nice ones. Those marker stones, though, not always the biggest help. But these ones are nice. The 19.
They are nice.
Some road.
Yep.
Some cities and distances.
Max is in the red area here, and he's turning the classic compass back on.
I need that now. There you go. Plouky also looking at one of those road markers, but not quite as good of a angle on it, but it gets the 19 all the same. Both of them on the right road, Calamity, and turns it off again.
Yeah.
Interesting strategy I've never thought about.
Yeah, technically, like, I guess you can be like the tiniest bit more precise with the new compass. I find it completely unnecessary, but you know, maybe you're like 1 degree more precise with it.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, you'd obviously prefer the old compass because it's just much more intuitive.
So we've had so many years of practice with it. So both of them looking at the same stretch of road, trying to determine which of these side roads are the ones they're actually looking at in the street view. Not always the easiest thing to do.
Yep. You want to try and figure out where the roads are that you see on the map.
So one by itself is pretty hard to find, but if you can find 2 or 3 and kind of find that pattern together,
exactly,
then you can match that up on the map. And they appear to be trying to do that with these 3 sets of roads and that train track to the north. About a minute left. Neither of them is quite sure. They need a crossing now. That might be it right there.
Yeah, Plouky's figured out that the road they start next to isn't actually on the map. Max, he's still got a minute.
Yeah, I think that's been giving Max a bit of confusion. He keeps thinking that road is one of them. But as he figures out that doesn't match up, he'll abandon that idea, hopefully. But again, both of them pretty close. So again, not a whole lot going to separate either one of them here. See?
Yeah, river not on the map doesn't help him either.
Romania needs some new maps.
I wouldn't be sure if he figures it out. Will he?
I don't know. Oh, 20 seconds left. I mean, Plouky at least knows where he's not, but he doesn't know where to put himself other than that either. So he's pretty confident that's got to be that road.
Plouky not now. Okay, he got closer.
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
thought for a second there, I thought he moved his pin again at the last second, but this time was actually a good change.
This second, a last second adjustment saves him 4,994 points in that round for him. Max 4,968. So he drops a few more points against Plouky, evening things up a little bit more. And we can see you there, Calamity, 4,994 on the round as well. Very nice from you on that one.
Yeah, there's nothing on the map at all to help you be any more precise there. You can maybe get it with a bit of luck, but yeah, it's just pure luck essentially.
And we'll just jump into round number 3 now, and another highway. This time a little bit further from any development, which...
Is that what you'd call a highway?
Well, it's paved. And...
I think there's a few more requirements for it to be a highway rather than it's paved.
I don't know. It's not in a city. There we go. It's got a number. Maybe not a national highway. Village entrance signs for Max as Plouky is heading... Oh, there we go. He's got one of those marker stones now. The 57B for him. And a few city names as well. Check both sides of that. They are different town names, so...
Oh. Apparently there's 2 meanings in English to the word highway, and apparently one of them, which I didn't know, just calls every public space essentially a highway.
Yeah.
Even like a pedestrian walkway, and even roads that aren't paved.
What is the more refined meaning?
Main roads essentially. Like, is there an English like highways?
Highways.
Let me translate that word
for
into
Max
English
as well.
Major roads. Yep, that's
Major
the literal
roads,
translation.
Yeah. I mean, it is numbered 57B. It's got plenty of those nice stone markers on there. So I would call this a main road.
I wonder where they all found those marker stones, because I didn't find any of them.
Well, they're all over the place. They found a couple different ones. So
yeah, I realize that. Wait, did Max find his one to the north or to the south? I know he traveled south a while ago, but it looked like when he went back to the start here, it looked like he came from the north. So in that case, I wouldn't have seen it anyway. But it looks like Plouky's to the south. I think.
Yeah, Plouky did start to the south originally. About a minute to go. He hasn't... There we go. There's the road. He just looked at it and didn't put his pin down. There we go.
He's got a minute left. There's no need to put the pin down immediately. I think that stone is north of the start, but it's like 1 click north of the start, and that's why I never saw it.
Yeah, you can click a little bit past some of those things. Not the easiest things to spot, that's for sure. Prefer the nice big green or blue signs like the one that Max has.
No, you definitely prefer the marker stone over the sign that Max has.
Well, obviously, if you have the stone, it's nice, but if you don't see it, the nice big blue sign does stick out a little bit more.
I guess, yeah.
So less helpful, but easier to spot. Put it that way. Pinpoint is going to be a little bit rough here as well. Kind of tucked in a little bit of a curve, and Max not too far. Actually, an ace for him. 4,915 for Plouky. Not Plouky. Yeah, Plouky. I saw Orpheus's pin, and I was like, that's not Plouky. But no, his pin is further away. He zoomed in on the actual location. There we go. Yeah, so a bit of a gap opening up now for Max. It's been a kind of back and forth Calamity, but it's kind of 3 rounds and progressively harder through them all.
Yeah, and we're now in the territory where might actually make a difference. Now, I've forgotten how many points Max dropped last round. Well, I guess we'll see once we're into the next round.
Yeah,
But
we'll see that
we're
now.
close now to the edge of the draw range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Max sitting at 14,968. Plouky at 14,888. So they are
Hey,
within draw range, but just
here's
so.
here's 6 massive cities in Romania. Figure out what's between them.
The entire country?
Mostly, yes.
You're in
But
Romania. Oh,
you've got
okay.
the road numbers. You've got like 6 different road numbers. That makes it fairly easy to tell
Yeah.
which city you're in. Although Plouky's struggling a bit with it.
Yeah.
We should tally up the time Max has spent turning the compass on and off again.
Yeah. There should be a hotkey for that. That would be nice. He's turned them all off now, hasn't he?
No,
Oh,
the normal compass is still there.
the normal one's still there. There you go. So in Brasov.
Yep.
And a pretty major roundabout. But
Yeah, they start at what looks like sort of major bridge over something. But it's quite difficult to really tell that it does go over a train track. You can't really see that very well.
those train lines to kind of the northeast of the city looks like where Max has got us now. Plouky kind of looking around that area too, but a little bit more central now. Hasn't quite picked up on the fact that there was a bridge at the start yet, but hasn't committed to anything yet.
It's also not like it being a bridge actually stands out on the map or anything.
Mm-hmm. Max,
And
one more time, switching compasses.
yeah.
There we go. There's a couple of bridges and plenty of train tracks. Plouky looking in the same area as Max now with about a minute left. This can be almost just as difficult as an empty road in the middle of nowhere, right? You've almost got, signs going so many different directions and so many intersections, so many roundabouts.
Yeah, it can be really
overload
difficult.
of choices. But Max manages to figure it out. An ace for him again, so that's his third in 4. But it looks like Plouky's going to be up to the challenge here.
Found the right bridge.
And for a second there, I thought they were building another bridge at perpendicular to this one. I'm like, that doesn't really work, does it? But it's not really a bridge. It's some kind of service. Oh, don't go too fast. There we go. He's not going to show us the score. But it should
he's
be an
4
ace.
meters off. Yeah,
he's 4 meters off. It'll be an ace for him as well. But yeah, a little bit easier, but had to find that right roundabout, and that took most of the time. I was just searching the map on that one.
Yep, but they're still in draw range, so it'll all come down to this last round, whether they stay in draw range. Perfect game's off for both of them, so that's really the only thing that matters anymore.
Yeah, matters is the win, and well, here we go. This should make things interesting. Another rural Romanian village.
Both going the same way. Plouky's a bit undecided here. Not sure what exactly he's trying to get a look at. Oh, the town entrance sign. That makes sense. Dottoreni.
And
while Max is just going fast.
And 2 different approaches here. Just travel, try to find something easy to find, or search all the little details. You might get some clues from those. .
So far, neither of them has really found anything too helpful.
I think Max has gone through 2 other villages by now, but still
Yep.
nothing to really help him. Oh, and a dead end.
Well, not quite
Oh,
yet.
a
That.
little town office or something? I don't know. I couldn't pick up a. Obviously, it's not going to be a major town, but.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
I
go.
mean, it told him the town he already knew he was in,
Mm-hmm.
but I do want to have a look at that sign again. I'll try to see if I can find it because it looked like it said something else on the very top of it, and I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
Fluky kind of just didn't look at that. I'd like to see if that was something interesting. No, it wasn't. Doesn't say anything too important.
Yeah, well, lots of nice little welcome
Ah,
signs and whatnot, but.
that might be something. But Fluky, yeah, just going past it.
A state marker or a region marker for Max or
I wasn't looking at Max's screen. Let me just go back a
one of those
bit.
big, like
No, that
almost
was just a
Soviet looking,
town
or
entrance
just
sign.
town entrance sign. Okay.
Yep. But
Some
it
of those
did
town
tell
entrance
him
signs look
something
like those.
interesting. Yeah, it did tell him something interesting. And that is that it's a Hungarian city in Romania.
Mm.
At least the city name was Hungarian, so it's safe to assume that most of the population would be as well.
Oh, so that's why he put us near the border. Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense. Plouky, going back to the start and heading the other direction. A couple very small road numbers and signs for Max, but again, with about 40 seconds left, not a whole lot for either one of them,
Mm-hmm.
despite all their traveling.
Yeah, fun fact, most of the Hungarian population, and I think it is the biggest like foreign ethnicity in Romania, is not near the Hungarian border, but sort of in the center of the country.
Mm,
Um, so it doesn't actually really tell you where you are, but if you don't know that, and you assume that probably Hungarian town near the Hungarian border,
yeah.
um, that would make you place your pin there.
Well, at
Uh,
least Max has got a pin on the map with 8 seconds left. Plouky doesn't, so he'll try to rectify that really quickly. Oh, with about 1 second left, Max will get a little bit luckier in this one. 3,895 points for him. Plouky kind of just having to throw down something. 2,699. It's better than getting skunked in the round, but yeah, neither of them really seen anything to give it away. And kind of just another lucky win for Max, and a bit unfortunate for Plouky in this one, Calamity.
yeah, I'm just trying to figure something out because Max um, clicked on a different place on the map in the last second, and
Mm.
his click wasn't counted anymore. And I'm just trying to figure out if that would have been bad enough for him to lose. But
Let's check
let
the
me
instant
just
replay,
see
or
that
what
instant
counts for
replay.
instant replay here.
It would have been super close. I think he might have still been a bit closer than Plouky, but it would have been within like
Oh,
100
he
points.
did. Yeah, he did click further away.
Yeah, let me check
So
once more where exactly he clicked. Okay, he clicked
clicked
about
northeast of the
there,
location.
east of Sumsuyush. Let me check the distance. From here,
Yeah, Plouky's 54 kilometers away.
we're doing some investigation here. This needs to
Yeah.
be solved. Where Max clicked, let me check once more just so I definitely get the right place.
There is a ruler or something like that on Google Maps, right?
Clicked. Yes, he clicked here. About there. Okay, Max clicked about 42, 43 kilometers away from the right location.
Okay,
So he
still
was
10
close
kilometers
enough.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have still won the game, but definitely could have made it a lot closer than it was.
Ooh, so that's why, folks, never save your clicking till the very end, because either you just don't know what you're doing, you click a random place and you don't have a chance to use the information you have, or You get a little unlucky, or in this case, very lucky for Max, but you never want that to be the. You don't want it to
Yeah.
take that click, right? So, don't click anywhere before the last, I don't know, couple of seconds, 3-4 seconds, just because you never know if it's going to actually take it or not, just to be safe. So yeah, but yeah, I mean that's Geoguessr Calamity, and it works out in Max's favor on this one, so he'll pick up another win and continue his a slow march out of the relegation fight in Division 2, while Plouky is making it very hard for himself to earn promotion to Division 1 in this one.
It's always a bit of a shame because that last round came down 100% to luck. Like neither of them knew anything about where they are.
Yeah.
And in the end, Max just got slightly more lucky. The only positive thing, I guess, is that he was leading anyway. But it was in draw range earlier, so yeah, Max can definitely count his lucky stars there that he just about managed to pull that win out. And Plouky, a bit unlucky here. Also, I guess, just typical for his season with 5 draws. But he's still got 2 weeks to go. Everything can still happen in Division 2. It's super close together. Both of them can still get promoted or relegated.
That's definitely interesting. If you don't want to miss that promotion and relegation battle coming up in the next few weeks, hit that subscribe button so you'll see all our casts we've got for you, as well as the Reddit League show every week. We highlight and recap all of the past events for you there, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Bye.